AIMT Storm Team 3, weather coverage you can count on.
Well, welcome back, my friends. Just when we thought things were rolling out, we were done with all the snow, more of it has come our way. It's not surprising, though. We did have you warned that a lot of this rain that we have been seeing over the course of the last several hours was going to turn into snow, and it did exactly that. We're starting to see a little bit of it back on the grass in Rochester, of course on the roadways as well. Happy to report that roads could be a little worse, but they're still on the slicker side in some areas. We'll be getting to road conditions in just a moment, so if you're headed out here for your lunch break, allow yourself 5-10 extra minutes just in case you reach some of those slippery spots, and just go a little slower. Don't be in any hurries. All right, moving over to satellite and radar here, and what are we seeing? We're seeing that snow. It's not all over the area, and it hasn't necessarily been the last 3 hours or so, but it is still noticeable in places like Rochester for sure, Mankato if you're heading a little bit further off to the west, even to the north, places like the Twin Cities, been getting a lot of that snowfall here over the course of the day. I'm going to zoom things out to show how big this system is, where it continues to go. If you remember from yesterday, it was a little bit this way, a little further to the west, which is why we were under the warm sector and getting all of the rain. But as it moves eastward, we then enter the cold sector, and all that cool air has come our way, cooling us down, changing our temperatures, and changing our precipitation, the most noticeable thing. Now further on to the west, we see some clearing going on. High pressure is in place, and this is set to bring us some sunshine. We're just gonna have to wait until we get into Wednesday. All right, let's talk temperatures because they are dramatically different than they were this time yesterday, especially in places like Mason City, Charles City, both of which are now under the freezing point. Mason City below the 30-degree mark at 27. That is a 15-degree drop from this time yesterday. It's an 8-degree drop in Rochester, also at 27 degrees, but most notably is the fact that the blue has returned. We are under the freezing point further to the west. La Crosse still at 40 degrees, but also the influence of that warm sector. You can see it further into Wisconsin, so seeing a little more of the rain. Of course, closer to home, we've got the snow back in play, and that snow chance isn't going to be with us for too much longer through the afternoon. And as we enter into the evening commute, it does start to move out. Good news. The problem is the temperatures aren't necessarily going to be warming back up. They're just gonna keep dropping as we get into the 20-degree area as we wake up tomorrow morning. So cold temperatures, wet roads, leads to a chance for some refreezing. And the road conditions have become a little worse from when I showed this earlier on in the newscast. Starting to see a bit more of the blue here indicating partially covered roads in slush, in ice. So once again, just take your time. Again, a lot of this will move out by the evening commute, but we're still dealing with temperatures and strong winds. Just a lot to watch out for. Here's just another way of looking at that snow moving out as we enter into the evening commute. Quick look at the 7-day forecast now, where the weekend is always in view. And I mentioned the sunshine coming back for Wednesday, but it won't necessarily warm us up yet. We've got to wait until we get later into the week to be back to where we should be in those upper 40s. And as we enter, we also get another chance for rain. So precipitation good, warmth good, but it kind of adds to the mess.
All right, thank you for the update, Sarah.